So Dennis, let's set the record straight. Okay, let's talk about the origins of Thanksgiving. Pilgrims and Native Americans didn't sit down at the same table. Was Thanksgiving really created to profile this fictitious event? What actually happened, and what is Thanksgiving supposed to be?
Well, historically, American Indians gave thanks yearly, and this has been prior to contact. And so American Indians have always known to give Thanksgiving each and every year, and sometimes during the seasons throughout the year. Particularly the Wampanoag, they had Thanksgiving feasts throughout the year as well.
Absolutely. And Josh, I know that one of the things that when we're talking about these types of conversations, people get a little up in arms. They have right here Pronies, and here it is, the HuffPost Live Thanksgiving Degradation segment. Shaking my head. Laura Henri, it's not my history. My people were still in Norway when the Pilgrims punked the Indians. And Justice Holmes responds, with all due respect, if you are an American, it's part of your history. But one of the problems you have, Jacqueline, is when you are trying to share more knowledge, people have it in their heart and mind what Thanksgiving is to them and their family, and it makes the conversation a lot more difficult to get through.
I think that's why I try to share in my piece about, as a Native American who celebrates Thanksgiving, how I reinterpret the event, how I understand it, how I come to terms with the truth of how the Holocaust, how terrible it was, and yet come to some understanding of it using the lens of my own culture.
Absolutely. Tara, you also are a writer for the Huffington Post. You have this piece right here that I want to pull it up. It's in the politics vertical. Thankfulness and rewriting history. Speak to that.
Last year, I had a piece that was Native American Heritage Month braided with Thanksgiving. And I reflected on, similar to what Jacqueline did, what Thanksgiving means to me as a Native person and my feelings of what it's like in the school system and parents, teachers who continue to teach the story of the first Thanksgiving. Although I'm a mother and a grandmother now, I find that I'm in the school system and within parents, I'm still finding the story that Dennis tells, where we're humiliated as school children, being told to bring brown paper bags to school and dress as Indians.
Absolutely. And it's an interesting situation when you're dealing with that personal humiliation in the face of what is easily found at the library and bookstores. Let's take a look at a slideshow of some books that depict this time of the year. And Chase Iron Eyes, thank you so much for joining. We love having you as a guest here on HuffPost Live. Tell us, when you see things like this, what goes through your mind? What are your feelings?
Well, given the history of genocide and sort of the colonial legacies that we still live through today, including the control of our curricula and the institutions that help form our children's self-image and our self-determination into the future, every year in a cyclic fashion, we have to deal with Halloween costumes. We've got to deal with our own kids being asked to dress up as Indians and sort of make mockery of their own histories and their own identities for the purposes of entertainment almost in our school systems every year. My children go to a predominantly non-Indian grade school, and we've had to have discussions to make sure that this doesn't occur, or if something does occur, that we're involved in a legitimate and authentic re-education of school-age children so we can actually change minds.